Hello everyone, welcome to another clip from my creative collection. I filmed a clip yesterday, so the previous clip to this, on using canvas paper, and I was really pleased. I experimented with it and I did quite a reasonable painting very quickly of some sweet peas. And I said that I'd let that dry, and then I planned on doing a pen and wash with it and mounting it in an unusual way. So I've let it dry. Just if you've not seen the previous clip, please do, on canvas paper, and then you'll see how I use it with the paints and what paints I use. It's all explained on there rather than me go through it again now. So I've let it dry overnight and I really like it. There is a big difference between working wet in wet and wet on dry. Wet in wet dilutes a little bit more than it normally would on normal watercolour paper, but wet on dry is great, and that's how I did this. So I let that dry overnight. I'm really pleased with it. It's a lovely little loose sweet pea painting, and one of my favourite flowers is sweet peas. So now let's mount it in an unusual way. You know, we've got interest with the paper. It makes your paint do lovely things. And now we need, when you've got something small like this, let's make it even more interesting by mounting it in an unusual way before framing, or just sell it mounted, you know. So what I did, still using the canvas paper, which is the Frisk paper I used, but they're all roughly the same, using the pink quinacridone rose that was, and intense violet that I used in the painting, I just got another piece of canvas paper and quickly painted it in those colours. Cut it down a little bit. So I've got 3 sheets of canvas paper. You get 10 in a pad with the Frisk. This is a full size one. This is one I've cut down to that size, and then this is one I cut down to that size. So depending on what size you use, you adjust the measurements accordingly. So what I'm going to do now is place this somewhere like that with a bigger space at the bottom, because I want to write there. I want to put my signature and the title of the painting, which is Sweet Peas. So roughly putting it there without measuring or sticking it down or anything yet, put that there, and then I'm adding the painting on top, just showing this little edge of the pink and purpley colour that I've used in the painting, that just sets it off really nice. So to stick it down, I'm using just a Pritt stick. I've not got anything else with me here because I'm not in my normal studio. I'm in St Ives in Cornwall, and so I'm just sticking that on. Hopefully it's pretty level, just like that. You might want to use PVA or some other glue. Then I'm getting the actual painting and just putting the Pritt stick around the edge. I'm sticking that on as well. These are all, this particular painting is centred on the painted piece, but this one is not centred because I've left more room at the bottom, because I'm going to add some writing on there. With the Pritt stick you can actually still move it around a little bit. So I've not got a mount that's the correct size here as well. As I say, I'm not at home, but I think when you put the mount round like that, you get the general idea. and it's just a nice way of displaying your work. You might prefer to show more of that or less of that, you know. So anyway, underneath there I'll just sign it. And I also sign it there as well, just to make sure that, you know, no one can say it's theirs. So there you have a lovely little experiment, really, of how you could frame your work. You know, you're showing the actual painting, the underneath colour, and then a little bit of white around it too. So you end up with something like that. You could just do that if you wanted to. You know, that's nice, but I prefer that. I prefer seeing the little bit of white. And just have a look again, you know, at this lovely textural effect that you get from using canvas paper. So have a go and see what you think, and then see what you can come up with. You know, you could try using a different colourway. You could try using just the green or something like that. But it's just a nice, unusual thing to do. And if you've just got a simple little painting, it just adds that little bit extra when you frame it in this way. So if you've enjoyed that, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's all free, and you'll be notified then when I put anything else on regarding these creative clips. And follow me on there, and also if you want to visit my Vimeo channel, which the link is below this, you'll see that. It will take you over to more creative clips. I've got quite a few on there now, and more in-depth workshops where you can purchase whatever takes your fancy. And follow me on Facebook, please, Jane Betteridge Art, and keep an eye on my website, www.janebetteridge.com. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and keep an eye on things that I do in the future.